have a 2 bedroom right now being shown. So you'll have your own private bedroom, you'll share your living room and common area with your roommate, and then you'll have your restroom and a kitchenette. I do want to go ahead and make sure that everybody is aware that the kitchenette is going to include a full-size refrigerator, a microwave, counter space, and then a sink. We do not, unfortunately, have ovens or stoves in there, but we have neighborhood community centers that are going to be 24/7, and they are more than welcome to either study in there, use a stove or an oven, as well as take care of their laundry. No matter where you are within these 3 facilities, you don't have to worry about any excessive utilities or anything of that such nature. It will be included into your semester rent. I also want to point out, here's a diagram of our 4 bedroom. So as you can see, there's going to be 2 bedrooms on each side of the apartment, and then you'll have a bigger living room area and kitchenette. I also want you to notice that when you are choosing our single occupancy 4 bedroom, that you will also have 2 restrooms in that room. So you only have to worry about sharing your restroom with one other person rather than a whole bunch of different people. If these options are something that you would like to go for, but you want to see if there's something a little bit more economically friendly, or something that you would want to be around more people, we do have a double occupancy option within our apartment styles. Here we go. So I want you guys to take notice that with this double occupancy, it is an opt-in option. We will try not to place you there, but if we are able to accommodate you, we won't place you there. But if you're, say, a part of one of our special living communities that has requested to be there, or if you like I mentioned earlier, want a more economic friendly option, this would be the option to go with. You'll have a bunk bed in each room, so there'll be 2 people per room, which is going to be about a total of 8 people, sharing those 2 bathrooms, as well as the living room area and the kitchenette. Uh, for some people, it's not a idea to go with, but for others, by all means, it is an option for you guys to get that on-campus experience. Next slide, please. There we go. All right. So I mentioned a little bit very briefly about our special interest housing options. So this is just a list of what we have as of right now. In our Alvarez Hall, that's going to be your traditional style residence hall. You'll have your leadership and service floor, your well-being floor, and then what we call the C-suite, which is going to be more so along the lines for business. And then our Chaparral Village, as you can see, we have a lot more options as far as our honors residential community, engineering living and learning, engineering freshmen, first generation, biology freshmen, the Spanish language immersion housing, as well as the data science living learning community. These are options that you can choose. However, to live on campus, you don't have to be in one of these special housing communities. It's just something there to where if you're incoming freshman or a transfer student, you don't really know too much about, say, UTSA or San Antonio in general. Say UTSA or San Antonio in general, you'll be paired with people who have similar mindsets and interests as you. Slide, please. Were there? Oh, okay. So I didn't think it would be this quick, but if you do ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, we are on a majority of the major social media platforms such as Twitter, Housing, and Facebook. We also do have a live chat box if you wanted to get an answers done quickly, get your answers quickly. We have a chat box on our website and our phone number on our website, and I can attach that URL right here. There you go. So were there any questions, comments, or concerns, any specifics that you guys may want to be able to go through. We have a couple of minutes.
Yeah, hi. Is there a LLC for business and or cybersecurity?
So for business, our business one that is going, we do have one for specifically business. That's going to be our C-suite. That's where your student, if they are interested in that, would go, as well as our cybersecurity. That's going to fall under our data science community. So both of them do have a community. They're just going to be either in different buildings or on different floors. It's not going to be uh, the same building.
Okay, and then what about meal plans? Is there another session on meal plans, or is that something that you're going to talk about?
Unfortunately, meal plans isn't with the housing department. However, if they aren't having a session, I'm not 100% sure. By all means, you could either call or send us a message on the chat box, and I can help you. I could direct you to where you would need to go as far as getting your questions answered for meal plan.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. All right. Well, if there aren't any more
Yeah,
questions
I
asked.
have I have a question. So obviously we have some time. So can have you lived on campus? And if so, can you just kind of tell us what your experience has been like?
Yes, sir. So I have lived on campus. I lived on campus my freshman and sophomore year at UTSA. I personally didn't have any issues with living on campus for UTSA. I preferred it more than being a commuter student. However, I am from San Antonio, so I wasn't granted the luxury of being able to stay all 4 years on campus for the simple fact that I am from San Antonio. But I do 100% recommend it. There's a lot of things that happen on campus after business hours that if you're not living on campus, you wouldn't really know what's going on unless you had like a friend that told you. But being right there in the heart of the action, I definitely preferred over having to go back and forth.
So I've toured some other universities, and a lot of times in the junior and senior year, because there's so many incoming freshmen, that you're kind of forced into off-campus housing. So at UTSA, are you, if you're not from the San Antonio area though, is there always going to be space for for juniors and seniors and so on and so forth?
Yes, so we do. We have had our juniors and seniors stay with us. We've actually have had plenty of students stay with us their all 4 of their years. We're not gonna force them to go off campus because we do know that sometimes on campus is the only option for them. So as long as you're a student, you're allowed to stay on campus. You can be a graduate student, you could be an undergrad student. Just as long as you're a part of the student community, we don't mind what how many years you've already stayed in housing. If you wanted to go all the way through your master's and stay on campus, you could.
Hi, I have a question. I recently signed up for housing and I was sending in a roommate request, but we were signing up at different times, unfortunately due to the fee and how much money it was. How, what is the percentage or rate that we most likely will get, roommates together, or will it not be accepted?
So for our roommate policy, it's not 100% guaranteed ever. We don't have like you have like a 75% chance or anything like that. Unfortunately, because of how popular our housing is, we can't really do that. But if we do have the means to accommodate you and your roommate, by all means, we're going to try to do that first, just to save everybody a hassle, as well as make sure that you're 100% comfortable. But we can't guarantee if that's going to be something that happens or not. And then I know I know there are more questions coming in. We do have two other housing facilities that have a presentation for you. So a lot of our frequently asked questions you can find on our website in our guidebook. And I'll also still be in this chat box. So if you guys have any questions, again, my name is Deja Perryman. You can direct your messages to me and I'll try to get answered as fast as possible.
What are the ages of the dorms on campus?
The ages as far as how old the buildings are?
Correct.
I believe that our Chaparral village and our Laurel village, uh, well, our Alvarez Hall is going to be 13 years, of age, and then our Chaparral and our Laurel village are going to be 7 years. So they're still kind of recent, but they have a good amount of history behind it.
No, that's good. I mean, we've toured other colleges where some of these built dorms are 100 years old. And believe me, there's a big difference between something that's 10 and 7 and 12 years old than something that's 100 years old. So thank you.
I'm sorry, I have a question. Should I start applying for housing this fall? Should I start right now applying for the fall semester's housing?
Absolutely. I would definitely recommend if you haven't applied now, please by all means get an application in, because how our housing is fairly popular. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pass it on to our other housing associates, and then I'll answer people's questions on the side.
All right, everybody. Hi, my name is Deshaun Ozuna. I'm going to be one of the ambassadors helping out with this presentation as well, and I'll be talking about University Oaks and Chisholm Hall, our third-party represented housing here at UTSA. So Campus Living Villages is just a quick little rundown about what we are. We're a private on-campus housing partner with UTSA, so we're not owned and operated by UTSA, but we work hand in hand with them as we are still on-campus housing. We also have global leaders, or we are a global leader in student housing with over 4,500 beds. We have sites all over the world in the UK, Australia, here in the US, obviously, and in New Zealand as well. We provide students with individual leases, so they're not set up to go to your parents, things like that. They're going straight towards you. They're affordable and convenient as far as on-campus housing prices, and we're resident side focused. We're focused on the students being engaged on campus, having activities involved, and just going throughout their days as a student, but also having that on-campus apartment housing experience. At Chisholm Hall is going to be our standard kind of dorm setup. Here at Chisholm Hall, you're either going to have 2 beds and 1 kind of open space, as you can see in this kind of room plan right there, or have 1 queen size bed and 1 kind of open space. You have a restroom and your little sink area there as well, with the desk area and chairs for the desk too. It is our traditional campus living experience. Laundry rooms are at every floor, and furniture is included within each unit. All our utilities are included as well, so cable, Wi-Fi, electricity, all that good kind of stuff is all included in your price. So it's very, very awesome. We're currently waiving application fees right now during UTSA Day weekend. So if you want to get signed up with us online, it's really, really awesome. Chisholm Hall has a bunch of amenities that offer from our movie room. We have tennis court areas as far as like table tennis. We have, like I said, daily and weekly events and programs for residents here at Chisholm Hall. And we do have an indoor swimming pool, indoor lap pool, as well as that students can take advantage of. So here at University Oaks, it's kind of a different kind of setup. Again, University Oaks offers that kind of apartment style feel to it. It's on-campus apartments here at UTSA. We are walking distance from the campus itself, from like all the academic buildings, and then walking distance from the shuttle access we do have here on campus as well. There's multiple floor plans to be included here at University Oaks. So we have floor plans for either 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom options for students. So you can either have 3 other roommates and have a restroom that you share, or you can live by yourself in like an efficiency or a studio apartment, or in a 1-bedroom apartment, or just have 1 other roommate in a 2-bedroom kind of setup. So the floor plans that we show here are going to be the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom setup, which is going to be on the top, and then that bottom picture is going to be our 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom setup. Again, the same thing with Chisholm Hall. These apartments do come furnished all the way through. So again, all of our units for the most part are completely furnished. and the utilities are included as well. The only big difference is that we do have a kitchen inside of our units at University Oaks. So since we give you that kitchen, you don't have to buy a meal plan staying there. So it's super, super awesome. But that's going to be a quick little rundown of the little things we have to offer at University Oaks. Some amenities that are included are going to be a community center where we host all of our programs and events here at University Oaks. We have barbecue pavilion areas, hot tubs, swimming pools. We do have basketball courts, sand volleyball courts as well. We have these awesome Amazon hubs too. So if you ever order any packages through Amazon, we put them in these awesome hubs. Nearby the area, we do have the actual block party area. So it's called the block. It's for the food and every kind of like dance recitals that happen here too, and concerts and things like that. So just awesome areas to take advantage of around the San Antonio area and around University Oaks. So those are just some of the amenities we offer. If you guys have any questions or concerns or just want to get more involved or stay engaged with the whole University Oaks aspects of res life and things like that, you can follow us on all of our channels on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. They're posted right there. So again, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to let us know on our social media platforms. We'll be able to help you out. As far as pricing and payments go, monthly installments are how they're paid at Chisholm Hall University Oaks. Or you can pay by semester or a year in advance. It's really up to you. Again, as we mentioned earlier in the chat box, we do work hand in hand with financial aid. So if you guys are playing for housing through financial aid, Chisholm Hall University Oaks and obviously on campus UTSA Housing works with financial aid. Here you guys. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, again, please feel free to ask in the chat box below, and we'll answer those for you guys. As I mentioned beforehand, we do have those waiving fees for you guys, so we're not charging any kind of application fees starting here this weekend for UTSA Day. And if you want to schedule a tour with us, we are doing virtual tours at the moment through FaceTime and Zoom at University Oaks and Chisholm Hall. Those numbers are listed on the slideshow right now. So again, if you want to take advantage of a tour, but you can't make it out here, obviously, for certain conditions, please feel free to give us a call or a FaceTime or a Zoom session scheduled, and we'll happy to assist you guys. So we have about 20 or so minutes. Again, is there any kind of questions that need to be answered? I see one right here. When does the fee waiver application end? So the fee waivers, I believe, are going to end Monday. So you have today and tomorrow to take advantage of those. If you have any kind of questions or anything like that, again, please feel free to give us a call and we'll help you out. University Oaks is on campus. That is correct. We are on campus here at UTSA, University Oaks, and Chisholm Hall, which is owned by a third-party representative. Pets are included here at University Oaks. That's the only place on campus you can have pets. The pet fee is going to be $250, and then every month for your installment, it's going to be $20 extra, and it's only for cats and dogs only, and under 30 pounds as well. So we are having virtual visits, like I mentioned. That is through Zoom and through Skype, FaceTime. If you want our additional information and want to schedule those, you can visit our website at universityoaksuTSA.com, and we can definitely give you the information about how to schedule those sessions.
I'm sorry, I have a question. So I want a room with a friend at university. How do I put that in my application for housing? And how does do we pay per person or do we pay the together using
So okay. So just to answer those questions, one, you can either put their name on the application. There's a step that actually asks for a preferred roommate. So you just type in their name and you're good there. If you forgot to do that, that's completely fine. All you have to do is just give us a call or give us an email, and we just have to get that in writing that you guys want to be roommates together, and we'll put you guys together. It's a pretty easy fix. And then as far as payment options go, it's per person. It's not together. So the prices that you see online are the prices you pay individually per month on the University Oaks and Chisholm Hall websites. Any questions, guys? Are we able to?
Well, Deshaun, if it's okay with you, since we have time, if you don't mind, we could just open up the the floor, try to use the raise hand option for those who have questions, and they could just have a quick little hot seat if they would like. That's up to you.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, and we'll go ahead and get you guys to answer your questions.
Anybody?
So I'm seeing a lot of questions about pricing and stuff like that. As far as Chisholm Hall and University Oaks, I can post those links for you guys to the website so you can see like the live pricing for each of those places. That way, both of you or any of you guys can take advantage of all the information. But yeah, so right now I'm going to be posting the actual link for Chisholm Hall if you guys want to know the Chisholm Hall pricing for that, and then I'll be posting the University Oaks link as well. Check.
So I see a question as well. Is Laurel Hall only for upperclassmen? What we're trying to do is keep our freshmen in our Alvarez and Chaparral Village for the most part, and having our upperclassmen in Laurel Village. So for the most part, that's going to be true as well. As far as villages being 100% full, I wouldn't say that just yet. We do have to factor in a couple of more couple of spaces that we have left, as well as some students that are handling cancellations. Some students don't want to be at UTSA Housing anymore for the simple fact that they're graduating or this COVID thing. So if you are interested in living in housing for the fall of 2020, spring 2021, by all means fill out an application, get one started so that we can have a paper trail and all of that in the books and in the works for you, ready to go, so you don't miss out on anything come this fall semester. For UTSA housing, so for the Chaparral Village, Alvarez Village, and Laurel Hall, when you do apply, you will be prompted to sign a contract right away. However, what we are suggesting, if you're not ready to pay the fees as well as sign the contract, if you're kind of iffy, still up in the air about housing, do not do it, because once that contract is signed, you are bound to the terms and conditions of the contract, and you won't be able to cancel, say your mind changes, unless you fall under our extreme circumstances for you to cancel. So if you are still kind of on the fence about housing, you can start an application. Just don't go near the payment or the contract portion just yet.
Yeah, the same kind of goes to University Oaks. You sign up not through UTSA, but through our individual websites. And once you sign a contract, you get to the confirmation step. It's signed and sealed, and it's done. If you guys are still, like she said, debating and everything's still up in the air, I'd say just wait on signing the application. But again, once you kind of finish, you're set to go. You're secured on campus housing within the grounds of the contract. And again, if you have to cancel for any kind of circumstances, you have to fall within the cancellation contract guidelines to be able to do that.
Will housing fees be the same? One moment.
So the payment for University Oaks depends on what floor plan you choose, just because, again, we offer a wide range of floor plans, everything from 4 bedrooms to living by yourself. I posted those links in the chat, so if you guys want to hit up those links, you can definitely see the actual live rates for every single one of those floor plans. Again, these floor plans and prices are per month for University Oaks and Chisholm Hall, so keep that in mind. It's per month per person. And again, that's kind of where you'll find all the live rates throughout the years through our website. So I posted it in the chat. If you guys want to go, figure that out. I'll post the University Oaks one more time just to kind of give you guys a heads up.
Christina, can you go back to the the first two slides for me, please, with the layouts. Thank you.
I do stay on campus. I'm currently at University Oaks. I'm actually in my apartment right now. I've stayed on campus the entire time here at UTSA. I loved it personally. Not only just because as a student, I actually work here as well at University Oaks. It's really cool. You get really involved with on-campus life, staying on campus. So that's why I always recommend it to students. Whether it's from on-campus programs here at University Oaks or through the campus itself, the UTSA. There's always something to do. And the apartment complex, I think, is nice. It's a great setup for on-campus housing, in my opinion. I currently stay in a two-bedroom, two-bathroom. That's what I'm in right now. But yeah, I've loved it. I had a good time here, honestly. And plus, it's made it really convenient as far as not only just like the social aspect, but also conveniency for like resources on campus, such as like the library or studying somewhere, or going to my professor's office, things like that. It's really, really cool. There's no specific housing for graduate students, to be honest, yeah, for graduate students. No, there's no specific housing for graduate students. University Oaks does have some older students, obviously here too. We have all types of students here, and you can live by yourself here, which is really awesome too as well. So it's really really cool. Walking distance.
I have a question.
Yes.
So it's been 20 some years since I was in college. And so I know that we had like rules where like at midnight, visitors had to leave, things like that. So is that still like happening, or is it pretty much, they can have visitors at any time of the day?
So Deja, do you want to answer that for UTSA housing?
UTSA housing, for the most part, you are able to have visitors whenever you please. However, the resident who is in that room always has to be with that visitor, and in the same sense, they would have to go get their visitor and escort them into their room. As far as the spending the night policy, we do have a policy to where it can stay essentially a weekend, so 2 days, so Friday and Saturday they would have to leave. Sunday, and then it's kind of one of those things to where it's like they could do that about once or twice a month, without them ever like not breaking their contract. Without breaking their contract, they could have somebody stay with them over the weekend, as long as they're not abusing that or leaving their visitor in their room or on campus by themselves.
Yeah, the same kind of goes for University Oaks for the most part. It's a little more kind of lenient, I guess, since it's an apartment style living, but we do have some pretty nice security features here. We do have a gated setup here at University Oaks. Also, we do have UTSA PD's satellite office here at the Phase 3 section of University Oaks as well. So if you guys have any kind of security issues or anything like that, UTSA PD is always here on site. It's really, really awesome. And when it comes to visitors, we ask that they get registered within the office here at University Oaks, so we have a head count of exactly who is here on site with us. Also, you are responsible for your own visitors as well. So if your visitor does break a window or something like that, you are responsible for that at the end of the day. But as far as that goes, if you're living with roommates, we just ask that you keep in consideration your roommates' ideals and make sure it's fine with them that you have visitors over. But if not that, then everything else is pretty much fine for the most part.
As far as receiving housing assignments, we're still on the works. This is for Audiceli Sandoval. We're still in the works of assigning housing. We're just asking that you guys please be patient with us. As you know, this pandemic kind of has thrown a wrench in way of life as in general, as well as with housing. So we're tackling through the list. We're just asking that you guys be a little bit more patient for us, patient with us, as the switch to virtual versus face to face is still new to us. Yes, for Gordwin 12, are there locks on the room doors for the housing options? We do have locks on all of our room doors with UTSA housing. And with these locks, you would actually have to swipe your UTSA ID as well as type in a 4-digit PIN code that will assign to you to get into your your dorm room.
Yeah, that's it's kind of similar here too. There's no keys per se for your front door at University Oaks. We have a key card to let you into your front door here. And then for your individual bedroom door, there are like actual keys, like cut keys. So if you live in a two-person or four-person unit, you are getting keys for your individual floor plan or for your individual room. But yeah, so like I said, we have the gate, and then for the front door, it's like a key card access, like a hotel key. And then for your actual door for your room, there's an individual key for that as well. And then there's also mailbox keys too. Is there a way we can find a roommate if we want to live in University Oaks? So for you roommates at University Oaks, you can either come with one already in mind. If you guys have the same floor plan, then we just throw you guys together, just request each other in written format, either through the application or through by email to us. If you just want to find like a random roommate here at University Oaks, you're going to be prompted to fill out a kind of a it's like a survey, if you will, asking you a couple different like social questions to kind of get you best matched up with people who are going to be similar to you, have similar interests, similar tastes, things like that. And then based on those responses, we could put you in with someone who's similar if you don't have a roommate already in mind.
Which of the housing options is the most sought after?
That's a very interesting question because it really just depends, honestly. Like all the on-campus housing, in my opinion, is really good, especially for Texas universities and colleges. Just because I don't know if anyone's ever been to like the UT housing here in this chat, but I mean, obviously UT is a very older school, so their housings are a lot older. But UTSA itself is only 50 years old, so all of our housing areas are relatively new. And again, it offers the best experience, I think, for socially remaining engaged on campus and also having all the resources there at your fingertips. Alvarez Hall is the newest one out of all of them. So a lot of students go there. It's a really awesome setup as well. And it's conveniently located pretty much in the center of everything. University Oaks is going to be where you find the most students. We house the most students as far as on-campus housing at UTSA. So again, a wide range of people to get involved with, and it's more of like an apartment style living too. So if you want to have like that kitchen actually set up in your own apartment, then you would lean more towards University Oaks. But it really just depends on the student's perspective and what they want to be kind of find in their own housing areas.
So Alvarez is the closest in terms of getting to class. Walking.
Yeah, I guess so technically. Yeah.
I have a question about parking at University Oaks. What is that like?
So parking is done through UTSA. You don't buy your parking pass through us. You have to buy it through either your My Parking kind of portal online at UTSA's website or buy them through the parking garages on campus. But you would have to buy the actual University Oaks parking pass, which is around $260, $270 for the year. So from August to August, and again, you buy it through UTSA, and then it gives you access to park anywhere across University Oaks grounds. There's no marked parking spots. And then after 4:30, during the weekdays, anywhere on campus, and then weekends for free on campus, including the downtown campus as well. So for Chisholm Hall, Destiny, I'll go ahead and post that link again for Chisholm Hall for their website. That way you can get not only their number, but also you can look at their pricing, what kind of amenities they have to offer. So I'll go ahead and post that in the chat for you, so you kind of have that. That's the thing for Chisholm Hall right there, guys. So we'll have like another 5 minutes or so to ask some questions. So again, guys, feel free to continue asking questions. We'll be able to help you guys. How far is University Oaks from campus walking? So walking from University Oaks depends because we do have 3 phases at University Oaks. Phase 1 is closest to campus. Phase 2 is in the middle. Phase 3 is the furthest away. Walking from phase 1 or phase 2 takes about a 5 to 7 minute walk. And if you're in phase 3, you typically don't walk because we have the shuttles like access right there. So it'll take maybe like 5 minutes into campus as well once you take the bus once it comes. But yeah. Yeah, so if you do online shopping for University Oaks or Chisholm Hall, it'll be mailed to our offices. For Chisholm Hall, most of the office, like the main front office, and then for University Oaks, it'll either be mailed to our phase 2 section of their campus housing area or to the actual Amazon hubs. So yeah, that's how that would work. So University Oaks has the phase 3 shuttle. It has a shuttle right outside of phase 3. Any phase can use a shuttle, doesn't really matter. The shuttle is closest to phase 3. Can you clarify mail question? You indicated as long as it is not shipped to you. For University Oaks and Chisholm Hall, it could be mailed from anyone. For Chisholm Hall, again, it goes to the front office, and then from University Oaks, it goes to the phase 2 office or either your actual Amazon hub, and you'll get a code to get that mail out. How does mail work for on-campus housing, Deja?
So for us, we cannot accept USPS because we do not meet their commercial requirements for it. So if you send the mail via USPS, it's going to say that it's delivered, but it's not going to come to our facilities whatsoever. We're not too sure where they go. But that's why we do strongly encourage that you send it either FedEx, UPS, DHL, or with the Amazon carrying service. Practically everybody else but USPS when it comes to us. So for the microwaves and refrigerator, any dimension sizes or appliances that you have a question about, you can find that information in our guidebook that's going to be on our website. And I'll go ahead and post our website link into the chat box so that you guys are able to access that as well.
So for University Oaks, you choose the phase you live in on your application process. Again, as Deja mentioned earlier, we don't guarantee rooms necessarily, just because something can happen as far as like either students renewing, changes in units, whatever it may be. But for the most part, whatever room you sign up with on your application, that's going to be your actual room for the most part in most cases. Again, we don't guarantee it all the way through, but you do have a say. So if there's a preference as far as phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and say if you chose like a phase 3 apartment, but you want a phase 1 apartment, just kind of communicate with us via email or give us a call, and we can make those changes for you guys.
Yes, the room dimensions are also going to be online, so that you'll be able to find all of that, all of the window sills, room square footage, and whatnot. That's going to be online as well. And then for UTSA housing, so Chaparral Village, Laurel Village, and Alvarez Hall, our dorm rooms aren't co-ed, but our floors are. So no matter where you are, your roommate will always be the same gender as you, but your neighbors could be opposite genders.
Yes, the same goes for University Oaks as well. Inside of your room, 9 times out of 10 is going to be the same gender as you are. And then your neighbors could be a different gender, things like that. It's not really deciphered that way, broken down by genders or anything like that. But inside of your room, 9 times out of 10 is always going to be the same gender.
For we do at our residence life housing, we do have a gender inclusive option that you can choose to opt into, and that will grant your, if it is an opposite gender, to be with you. However, that's a program that you have to opt into. That's not something that we do as a standard or a regular basis. You would have to let us know that that's what you would want, and there's a whole other process to go about that. And you can also find more information on that in our frequently asked questions.
Yeah, the same goes for University Oaks. We do have students, some apartments here that have both guys and girls inside of the room. But that is something that has to be provided through written documentation on both parties, stating that you both want to be room together, and then we'll make those accommodations moving forward if that's what both residents all 4 residents want to do. And as far as your pets being licensed, you just have to fill out that pet documentation, that pet addendum that we give you for the actual pet agreement here. And then once you do, you're all set. Just turn in your shop records and a picture of the pet and make sure it's fall within those guidelines of under 30 pounds and a cat and a dog, and you're all good. I believe when it's asking me about licensing, maybe that's emotional support animals. Then we just need documentation from a licensed practitioner about that, and I believe that's about it. So for the COVID-19 question, as far as for next fall semester, we don't know. Honestly, what's going to go on with that until we get to that point. We just figured out that kind of issue for this current semester right now for housing. Like we just got that figured out not so long ago. So again, we don't have any answers for that as of right now. Once it gets kind of close to that area, and if things aren't looking so great, too hot, and if you have a lease already, things like that, then we'll correspond. All of our residents here at University of Chisholm Hall and the UTSA will correspond with their residents. We'll be happy to kind of answer your guys' question. Yes, you can have plants in your room, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's anything wrong with having plants. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up in about like 3 minutes at 10:50. So if you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to ask them before we kind of get out of here. But at 6:50, everything's going to get wrapped up. And like I mentioned, if you guys have any questions, we drop the links to all of our housing websites. Please visit them. Please give us a call. Please let us know if there's any kind of question. Thank you guys again for joining us today at UTSA Day, talking about housing with us, answering your questions. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Dave, do you have anything to add on that?
No, as well as just thank you again for allowing us to take some of your time. Like he said, by all means, if you have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to contact us. Our offices for the UTSA housing is going to be open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But of course, if you say have a question or anything that pops up to mind before or after those hours, by all means, either drop us a message via Twitter or email, something of that such nature, and we'll get you taken care of as fast as possible.
Awesome. Thank you guys again for joining us. We'll be closing up shop here shortly. I'll check the box for any last minute questions or anything like that. Not that I see at the moment. So yeah, again, guys, we post those links for our website. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us. Yeah, so there is going to be a Zoom meeting for University Oaks. We'll go ahead and try to get that link posted as well. I'm trying to get my manager to post that link. But yes, there is going to be she just posted right now. Yes, there is a link, a Zoom meeting for our course. So if you want to go ahead and take advantage of that, Christina just posted that link as well. That's our director of leasing here at University Oaks. Feel free to join us on that meeting. It'll happen at 11:15 a.m. to see the model room here at University Oaks. So just copy and paste that and you'll be good to go. Chisholm Hall's laundry room is not free. I believe it's a $1 to wash and $1 to dry. Good question. You're very welcome.
No problem.
Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
No problem. Everybody be safe, stay healthy, and we'll get through this together.